Well, it is week 2 of the LCS with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Zeyzal from Cloud9 after their victory over Echo Fox. So first off, what do you think of that Veigar situation?
I actually thought that the Veigar was pretty unique, and it seems like it has merit. Like, they one-shot Sneaky at level 6 with the Grog Assault Veigar ult, and then the stun actually makes it kind of hard to farm as Tareq because you're a melee champ. So it seems like it could be good. I'm not sure if the game went as they wanted because he just didn't even have his Twin Shadows, which seems core to the build, till like 22 minutes.
Yeah. So just do you think it could have worked if the game had gone differently?
I think if they snowballed bot side, it could have been really oppressive, yeah. It would have been really hard to lane against it.
So it's interesting, though, because I keep seeing Sona Tareq pop up, and my expectation was, like we see kind of like these weird things every now and then. They tend to go away pretty quickly. It feels like a flavor of the month, but this one seems to be sticking around. Do you think that it'll continue to be a thing for quite some time?
It's interesting because it does seem like it's hard to push out of the meta, but when we were in Korea, we couldn't play Sona Tareq without just losing the game instantly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were in Korea practicing. We just keep losing on Sona Tareq. We drop it, we come to NA, immediately we can't beat it, and we can't lose with it.
Okay.
So it's really interesting.
So do you think this is an NA problem? Like we can't wrap our heads around this comp?
I'm not sure. I think EU teams are still using it as well. So I guess it's maybe just we were missing something in Korea, or a Western thing.
Okay. Well, what you use the same strategies that the Koreans used to beat out Sona Tareq, but it doesn't seem to work for you?
I think every team has a unique counter against it, and it basically all you do is play as aggressive as you can with whatever champs you're most comfortable on playing aggressive with. So I think every team has something unique. We weren't necessarily able to copy every strategy used against us, but we picked up some of them.
All right. I'm going to be asking a lot of pro players this weekend about Proview, because it seems like some pro players have like mixed feelings on it. I'm very curious now that we've had it for a week. What is your opinion on it?
It's a good thing to have, but as a pro player, it adds a bit of a stress. You don't want to feed on Proview, but I enjoy it. I enjoy watching other pros. Honestly, for me, since I use it to learn, I almost never watch a game where someone has a bad game. So it's like it doesn't really affect me in that regard. Like I don't feel like I'm watching a pro get shit on or something. Yeah. So I would imagine most people also don't enjoy, just like maybe some do. But most people don't watch the bad games, only the good games.
Are you concerned at all that you feel exposed at all? Like people could literally see every second. I don't just mean the audience, but your opponents as well, right?
Yeah, they get some information that's normally like hidden. I guess it's mostly minor things. Like they can see more where you ward level 1, where you cover level 1, how you move, and what you see when you move. So they can see like if someone's actually analyzing the games, for example, they can see like if the jungler shows at top side level 1, then their jungler shifts bottom. And normally you could see that on the map, but you couldn't guarantee that that's why the jungler's moving. But now if you watch the jungler, he sees the enemy jungler, then he moves, you can like trace that stuff and try to use it against teams.
So do you think that this will have any larger impact on the way that teams prepare or the teams get used to it, or is this just like a little bit of extra data?
For now, I think it's just a bit of extra data, but I wouldn't be surprised if teams start to have people that actually analyze their opponent's Proview games, specifically like looking for weaknesses in jungle or mid, how they ward, how they play, taking advantage of those.
Yeah. What has it been like with Cloud9 for the past month or so? Everything still going smoothly with the team? And I don't know if you guys get up to anything interesting.
So this past month, we originally were in Korea till May 19th. Then after that, we actually couldn't have Reaper here for a bit. So we had Rainover as our head coach for basically the whole first week of LCS. We had Rainover as our head coach. Reaper flew in Thursday night of the week before LCS, and we had to catch him up on Friday and Saturday morning. So it was actually pretty interesting. Rainover did a really good job, actually. It was impressive how well he took to coaching when he pretty much has never been a head coach or anything. Right. And then also following that, Rainover just left again for something. I'm not exactly sure why. But now Rapid Star's back, who also was gone. So like it's a bit of back and forth with our staff, but it's been really good getting like not only like Reaper helping, but Rainover in addition was taking over head coach. So he focused a lot differently on aspects of the game that Reaper didn't. Like Reaper would help us with a lot different aspects, but Rainover focused on like laning specifically, a lot of mechanics and a lot of jungle pathing, and Reaper just he focuses more on the macro perspective of the game and how we should play the game rather than how we should play laning things, jungle pathing, stuff like that.
Is it difficult to keep the momentum going whenever you keep swapping out coaches, right? Because maybe you're working on something and then the substitute teacher comes in and you're like, okay, now we've got this other random thing we're doing today?
Since we kept the momentum when we had our substitute teacher, which was Rainover, I think it'll be pretty easy since Reaper's back and he'll stay around. I think that we won't have any problems with that. Reaper's always been, like, we work great with Reaper, and I think he likes working with us, so it's like we're pretty much back to normal, and I think the momentum will keep going for us.
Have you guys been up to anything interesting outside of the game?
No. I mean, our life's pretty basic. We do our morning walks, and we have morning gym these days, so most of our mornings are taken up, and then not much as a team other than that, since we hadn't really had an off day in a while. We all split up for our off day.
You guys all walk together?
Yeah, we just walk around the block up a big hill, and then Jack likes to have us do our morning walks and morning gym. Before scrims, it's gym, and for stage, it's walk.
Does Jack join you on these walks?
Oh yeah, Jack is the most aggressive in the gym, and he always joins in for the walks.
Okay. So he's like the walk cheerleader. Do the coaches go as well? I'm just trying to imagine what this looks like.
We usually walk with at least 15 to 16 people, I would say. We get asked a lot like what we are doing. Jack likes to tell them we're a summer camp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, usually the coaches will. Reaper's kind of got a pass if he wants to skip, but usually he won't.
Interesting. I like that image. I like that somewhere in Santa Monica every morning, well, at least on the days that you guys are not going to the gym, this is happening.
Yep.
Is there anything you want to say to any of the Cloud9 fans out there?
Thanks for supporting us. I hope we keep our momentum up going into our next match on Sunday and week 3.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Hey, don't click away. I know it's the end of the video. Don't click away. I know that you're like hitting. There's another clip somewhere that you're going to click. Don't. All right, because I got to tell you about my sponsor, Alienware. They sponsor everything I'm doing this year. You can check out the link in the description. It's super helpful.